Okay. Make sure I'm on the right layer for everything. Let's get a difficulty on the screen. Throw that up here. Make sure everybody can see it. All right. Y'all can see that 14 up there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, very good. All right. And I'm just going to leave your tokens kind of in the trees here, but I'm assuming that all of you are in the vehicle. And I need to grab my notes. Yes. Okay. Ooh. Set that aside, set that aside. Okay. All right, so everybody's back, they said, right? We're all good?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So as you guys come through the woods, you've had a brief moment of rest, and you saw that ship part through the clouds and almost an Independence Day style scene coming through the clouds. You see the opening in the clearing by the lake where you parked the shuttle. And that is where we are going to start off here. And you can also see, somewhat perhaps to your dismay, some more of these Yogg crystal encrusted wolves, these Fenris wolves, lying in wait. And just at the very edge of your vision, you can see another one of those massive soldiers. This one with almost jewel-encrusted film across his body, shimmering and distorting the light around him. And that is going to bring us to Markin to start us off. Yeah. Okay. Hey, it worked first time. It's easier in the vehicle. Yes. Yeah, and pick your point of starting point from basically wherever you think is appropriate on the vehicle. Let me get everyone's tokens out of here, right? Yeah, anywhere you think is appropriate that you want to bail out from. Remember, there's a giant hole in the side of it, and the front windshield is missing. And okay, that looks good. So yeah, you all see him fade from vision, and then hear a clunk off the hood of the vehicle. All right, Jesse.
Copy that, and I'll watch Markin drift off. And I think I'm going to jump out as well. Can I? Is this like brush here, or is this like a tall tree off to the side here?
So those are tall trees. Those are like forest that was surrounding the area. What Markin is standing by, these here are more like bushes. Same thing with the stuff by this rock. Those are bushes. And these things are big trees.
The thing I'm pinging here in the center, that's the shuttle, correct?
That is your dropship.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. It also kind of looked like a giant turret, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't something I had to be worried about.
That it does look like a giant. Oh, that is your dropship.
Good. I don't have to worry about it shooting me. Hopefully.
Right. I'm going to bail out the vehicle, and while I'm still plugged in remotely, I'm going to have it drive a little bit right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to... Actually, I'm just going to try to stay far away. Roughly here, wherever.
So that sounds like your move to get out and bail, and your action to kind of remotely pilot the
Correct.
vehicle. All right. Sounds good. Ivar.
Well, now that I'm closer with the vehicle having moved, I will, of course, jump out of the vehicle, screaming my normal for Odin, and attack these nearest wolves with my Titan blade.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And so that's going to do some damage. So it's over. It's going to be ultimate. So that's going to be a roll. A d12 plus that plus that. 13 points of damage on those nearest wolves.
Holy smokes. That Titan blade is a chopper. Chopper and a half right there.
Yep.
And that included your weapon damage too, right? Yep, I see it.
Oh, yeah, because it does, when you roll over a 15, it does ultimate damage instead of weapon damage, but you still get the +2 damage.
Oh, it is instead of? All right, I see. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I don't think it does ultimate damage on top of that, because at least that was my reading of it anyway.
Yeah, I'll take that. That seems reasonable to me. So you just kind of bound over that rock and come down with your chopper on this Fenris wolf. Just nearly cleave the sucker in two. But it is still on its feet, and it gives a yelp of pain. Just a ow, and then drops into a low growl.
Yeah, I growl too and say, "There's more where that come from, wolf."
Awesome. Brun, you're up.
Realizing that she is the only person left inside of this vehicle and it's moving on its own, she's going to hop out through the windshield. And... second... head over this way towards the brush to get in some small amount of cover. And she's going to fire at that Fenris wolf. That is a far distance, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I get a +5 to that. Goggles. So I will roll that.
Nice.
Oh, that is going to hit. Oh, so you have Markin's sharpshooter goggles now.
Yeah, we traded. I gave him the ring
Nice.
instead. Because if Brun can help it, she's going to stay at the back of the party.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me. So that's going to hit.
Yep, let me dice. And I believe the rifle is a D6 damage? Or is that a D8 damage?
It is a D6.
That's what I thought. And then weapon damage effort.
Mm-hmm.
And I get +2 because of the first file module. There we go.
There we go. All right, so D6 plus 5. And this is the burst module on it too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you do that 3 times?
No. The burst fire module only activates when I, crit, I think, right? Or is it just anytime I hit?
Anytime you hit.
Oh!
Anytime you hit.
Well, excuse me. Let me roll again. So I'll be firing at that one until, and if it dies, if it doesn't die, then I just plunk 3 rounds into it.
So yeah, your burst fire module kicks off and pumps 3 rounds into it, killing it. You want to describe that to us?
Brun gets to cover, lays the rifle against the tree. The goggles zoom in a little bit, and she lets out a 3-round burst, taking 1 in its leg, 1 in its chest, and then 1 right between the eyes.
Nice. And that wolf just drops, forever silenced. And it's the unharmed Fenris wolf in the back here sees it die and gives a mourning howl. And with that, it is my turn. Bolts of lightning streak through the air, striking at random parts throughout the woods, but not where you are standing. And these wolves are just fiercely upset now, and the one squaring off with Ivor just bites out at it. Just these barking chomps in the air, trying to just get a hold of anything it can, but is not successful in doing so. Its friend, however, begins stalking around behind, and just in one long bounding leap. Let me see what kind of range it's got here. Oh, that was close. Can't quite do it. Just takes off, bounds off the top of this vehicle, and then comes down right beside Jesse, as if nothing along the way was an impediment, and it attempts to sink its teeth into you and rake its claws against you, but can't do it. It's just the rain is matting it down and throwing off its balance.
Bad dog.
And Ivar, you see a familiar red dot just trace up the wolf and onto your body.
Yep.
And let me make sure I'm moving fairly here. Okay. And that is going to bring us to Markin. That is the door, yes. The thing that looks like it should be on a tavern is the door to your shuttle. Your shuttle does not have any weaponry.
I have to do some upgrades later.
That is true. And you are also invisible, don't forget. Oh, okay. So that is going to hit, and that is going to punch a hole in the sucker. It does not kill it, but it continues to wound it. And that reveals you, I do believe. All right. Jesse, you're up.
All right. I got this forsaken dog on me. I'm just gonna, man, I don't think my blaster is gonna do a whole lot. But to buy me some time, I'm just gonna bow up to it and try to intimidate this thing and growl as menacingly as I can back at it.
All right. So you're going to make a charisma check and try and intimidate it? Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Ah. All right. Let's roll feel like this is going to be a contested check to try and scare it off here.
All right. Or at least demotivate it a little bit. Nope.
Yeah, no, it just growls right back at it. Its eyes lock onto yours.
And then kind of hold my finger up and take off running.
All right, so that's going to bring us to Ivar. And
So the wolf in front of me is
You're
still
up.
there, I assume, right?
yeah, he's still there. He's not dead,
Yeah.
but he is more wounded than he was before.
How about I swing my sword down at him in a big wide arc 10?
Oh yeah, no, he's not there anymore. At least not in a living fashion.
Yep. And then to allow my guys to get their chance to get to the shuttle, I will charge across the field straight at this guy. I can't get to him, but I will just charge him, yelling for
Yeah.
Odin, and see if I can't spook him.
All right. So as you charge at him, you can clearly see that he is the guy who's got a bead on you.
I know he is. I'm
Yep.
not worried about it.
Brun. That brings us to your turn. And Ivar, if you don't already have a hero coin, I say take one because that's awesome. It
Yep.
sounds like your kind of thing, man.
It's 25
And,
feet that we can run, correct?
Yep,
Yes.
25 feet.
Hmm.
25-ish. I'm not going to fuss about one or two if it doesn't quite line up. You know what I mean?
Okay. Brun is going to run over and put her shoulder against this rock next to Markin and
Mhm.
aim at the Yotan soldier.
This guy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is that still far distance or no?
Let's take a look.
That's more
I
distance,
think it
'cause
is. Yeah,
otherwise,
that's
otherwise I would have been hitting him.
Mhm. All right, Brun.
Watch your back, there's a wolf chasing us. She says as she runs by.
Us?
So that's going to be a hit.
Excellent. I was worried because that was a 6.
Yeah, that +8 is big.
It's huge. If it's not far distance, though, I don't get that +5, and that makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 17, 23 total.
So as your shots slam into it, you can see that first one hits some type of barrier, and just this kind of shards of red splash around him. And then the other two shots slam into him, but they seem like they're being absorbed by something along his skin, doing considerably less than you would have expected them to do.
Is the red light still shimmering around him after all that?
Yeah, the red light is still shimmering on you.
No, around him. The because
Oh no! That red light seems to have shattered when that first round hit it. It's almost like that first hit just was totally disrupted and negated. So, all right, and I think that is the end of your turn, right, Brun?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that brings us to my turn. So the timer ticks down, and you see one of those burning comets slam into the trees somewhere over in this direction. And Ivar, the Jotun soldier squaring off against you, you can see his finger slowly and carefully squeeze on that rifle, and a massive shot lays out through you and just passes through you. Brun, you feel it zip past your body as it goes by, and Ivar dropped to 0 hit points. It just hits you, and you go down.
Okay. So, that's the timer that went off, or he shot at me?
He shot at you. Yep.
So you didn't have to roll a hit. It's auto hit.
It's an auto hit. Yep. Whatever these Yog crystals do to these rifles,
okay,
when they get a beat on you, there's nothing else to it. They just connect.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw this on this so everybody realizes Ivar is at 0 hit points. And you see that glittering field seems to kind of coalesce back around him. And he edges around by these mushrooms, and you see that he looks like he's sighting down the next person in the line. And you can very clearly see that shield that absorbed the first hit has come back. So, Markin, you're up. I'm going to say no. There are still shards of Yog crystal kind of sticking out of its body. What are you thinking? Tell me what you want to do. Okay. Yeah, you can totally do that. You can tear some of them out of there. Although, if you remember, it was rather painful to handle them. But yeah, you can do that. I think that, however, would be an action to tear them out of the wolf. All right, cool. So as you're pulling them out, you get like 3 maybe knife-sized shards out of it, and take 3 points of damage along the way. You have some movement left if you want to take it. I feel like if you wanted to use the rest of your move, you should be able to do that. All right. Jesse, you're up.
I shout out at Ivar as I see the shot go through him. But still got this wolf on my heel, so man. I think is this a tree or is this cover right here?
That is a tree. A tree is also cover. A tree has been breaking line of sight from these soldiers.
Okay. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is this. That doesn't really give a good range there. Because you said the thing can only move like near the vehicle.
Yeah, 25 feet.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to continue to put some distance between me and this wolf, but I need to move in and help my buddies here, so I'm going to go over here with them. And I'm going to use my action to... Can I try to run over this wolf?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Go for it.
Or at least pin him down.
Say interdex.
I like that. Run it over.
I'm just moving things around so I can bring him to the front so that the car sits under him. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, that'll do it. Is that a 17? Is that your roll?
That is.
All right. That sounds like weapon damage to me. Hitting him with a truck. Does that sound about right to everyone?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
All right, I'm going to slam my back against the wall, activate my device, pin the wolf, and slide down the rock and try to figure out my next move.
All right. Hey, that was awesome. I really like that. If you don't have a hero coin, take one.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, that wolf kind of like bounds up on the hood, but doesn't quite make it, and catches itself on the roof of the car, and is kind of half in, half out of the windshield. And this brings us to Ivar. Roll to pop. Roll your timer, sir.
Roll the timer first.
Unless you have a hero coin that you want to burn.
Not yet. So my timer's 4, and I don't pop. That's my turn.
Brun, you're up.
So those pieces of crystal are still laying on the ground right next to me?
Yes, they are.
So I want to know, is there any way that I can jab one of those things down the barrel of my gun and shoot it at this Yotan soldier?
Oh, that seems too awesome not to try. So yeah, I'd say it's probably a hard roll.
All right. I will also use my hero coin.
And your burst module probably is not going to work for this. Just so you know.
Yeah,
your hero coin won't work. It'll only work to re-roll it if you miss. You don't have to call it until you miss.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's go for it.
All right.
That's a hit.
So yeah, you hit. You definitely hit. Give me ultimate damage.
Normal damage plus ultimate, or just roll a d20 plus whatever I would normally, or
d12. Just roll a d12. Just roll ultimate damage. If you want to burn your coin, you can roll ultimate damage twice. But 13. So yeah, you fire that shot, and it like the Yogg crystal shatters, and is almost like a shotgun blast right into the center mass of this thing, and it passes through its shields without the shields seeming to do anything, and the creature drops.
Nice.
Take 1 point of HP damage, Brun, from handling that shard.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. And that was sweet. Take your hero coin for that if you don't already have one. I think you already do, though.
I actually don't. I thought I did, but I do not. Which is why
you have one now.
The damage again.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good setup there, Doug. That was really cool. All right, so you still have a move left.
I'm gonna move over here to Ivar so I can stab him with the syringer.
Okay. All right, and that brings us back to me. So my timer ticks down to 0, so a bolt of lightning comes down from the sky, from the storm. And from left to right, one of the trees, this guy here. So, crack of lightning. Hits that tree. And you see the sucker just burst into flames. And you also notice that this storm, the volume of water that is coming down, seems to be making the water level rise for this lake.
Oh, I thought that was a cliff.
It is a cliff. It is like a cliff face into this lake. But there is also water down there. Ooh, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to undo that, and then I'm going to pick the layer that I want. And move it to the map layer. So it seems like this storm has reached some kind of critical mass of water, and everything is starting to flood. Let's roll my next timer for the lightning strikes. And now we will move along with the other things on the board. I see 2 dead Fenris wolves, a dead Jotun soldier, and we have 1 wolf remaining. Who, Jesse, you see him kind of climb up onto the hood of this vehicle and lean down and look at you, and you see his teeth bared and this horrible snarl, and he straight up pounces across one more time at you. That's a damage roll, not a hit roll. That might explain why I've had so much difficulty hitting with that. Let's see, what is my roll for this? And he comes across and just plows into you for 8 points of damage, and he pins you to the ground with the weight of his body.
All right then.
And his jaws are like reaching for your throat, trying to tear it out from you. You guys also see the doors of your ship open. And from inside your ship, another one of those Jotuns walks out, kind of momentarily bathed in the glow of the ship, of the lights on the inside of your ship.
Is that like y'all's custodian, or?
So, Markin, you are next to act, sir.
She nods. You have that? She motions to the soldier.
Mm-hmm. So as you grab that, you can see that the crystals are like shimmering, and they don't look like they're stable. You don't feel like this thing has very much time left before it's going to detonate like the other one did. That's him. Yeah. So make your ranged attack roll. Well, it seems like this thing is meant to take aim, but that hits. A 22 will do it. So yeah, you swing that rifle around and you fire, and it hits that shimmering glow of a shield, and that red shield just shatters in front of it. And the thing, you get the feeling that it's almost smirking at you when it sees that you are holding up one of its rifles. Jesse, that's going to bring us to you, sir. And
right.
That was an awesome idea, grabbing its rifle there, Doug. So grab yourself a hero coin if you don't already have one.
All right, as this wolf pins me down, I throw my arm up and it sinks its maw into me. I'm going to just glare at it, unnerved, and raise a curse to Odin and try just bellowing at this beast to shake it from me, intimidating it.
Yeah, sure. If I recall, was that the same thing you did last time? No, you hit it with a truck last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right before that.
He has tried it, just not last turn.
All right, so give me that opposed charisma check.
Oh my god.
You won with a 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, you lock eyes with this thing, and it's like its jaws let go, and its hackles go up, but it's slowly backing off from you.
Yeah, I tap into my Einarhar abilities to try to get this thing away from me.
That's awesome, man. So you still have a move left if you
Yeah.
want to do something with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes locked with it. I'm just gonna slowly back this way. I'm not gonna take a full-on movement because I don't want to show any kind of fear.
Yeah,
Just
you don't want to
kind
look
of
like you're running away.
No, I'm just kind of like I'm watching you thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Take a hero coin for that. I don't feel like staring down a Fenris wolf is worth anything less. And Ivar, it is your turn, sir.
So my timer goes to 0, and I will pop. So close. So close.
And that takes you to
3, I think.
Yep. There you go. All right. And Ivar, you as you're laying there in the inky dark, you see like a pair of ravens just kind of sitting on the trees, watching you curiously. Brun, you're up.
I pull out the syringer, point it at his gut, and fire.
That'll hit.
Heal him for 7.
I'll take it.
When his eyes open up, she says, "Don't slip on your blood getting up."
Can't be my blood. I don't bleed. Must be the
Nobody
blood of my
makes me
enemies.
bleed my own blood.
Must be the blood of my enemies.
And then she's going to jog over to the tree, taking cover from the Yotan and taking aim.
Okay. All right. That brings us to my turn. So Ivar, as the color returns to the things around you, and the healing effects of the syringer kick in, it looks like those 2 ravens just kind of take flight and seem to start circling the battlefield, watching things from above.
And I'll say, I'll see you someday, Odin, but not today.
And this Jotun, you see that red shield come back up on him, and he moves forward with just absolute pristine confidence in the defensive abilities that he seems to have about himself, and lines his rifle right up on Markin. You can hear you can hear in your mind, you may outnumber me and you've killed my brothers, but clearly you have not learned how to manipulate the Yogg yet. This is going to be your race's undoing, ultimately. It's a shame.
Didn't you learn that the villain should never do speeches?
You caught
And
me
the water
monologuing.
The water levels continue to rise, Markin, and you can feel water lapping against your feet periodically. And it is your turn. Let's make sure those are on the map layer. There we go. Oh! It's a bold move. Let's see if it pays off. Oh!
Alas, alas, alas.
Wasn't destined to be. Okay.
Wait, you're bringing the aim to us? Oh.
I'll move that soldier off your token so it's a little easier. All right. That red dot kind of chases you, but it seems to be getting a little bit lost in the trees. It struggles to find you. Jesse, you're up. I think you're muted there, Jesse.
Hello?
There you are.
Must have sat on my button. Alright then. Having just calmed this Fenris wolf for the time being, we're kind of in a pickle, and I want to get on that ship. So I'm going to adjust my coat and stand as straight as I can. And I'm going to walk out in front of this Jotun soldier and kind of present the battlefield before him and, like, you know this is not going to end well for you. Maybe you
What
should
of
just...
it? What of it, mortal?
I think we'd all like to see another day. Why don't you just scootaloo?
Scootaloo.
I can't think of anything better. Lest you face the wrath of Odin.
So am I to understand that you're trying to charisma this guy?
Yeah, I'm trying to like coax him into standing down and seeking cover while he still can.
Yeah, so he listens to your words and says, I cannot trust the children of Odin. If I leave, you will take the sword and you will undo our work. This is not a path I can allow you to take. And roll me some basic effort, Jesse.
Sure.
I feel like this is not a one roll break for this guy.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So it seems that he is slightly shaken at the odds in the situation, but he's not willing to walk away just yet.
All right.
So Ivar, you're up, sir.
Where was the other dead Jotun?
Right here.
Good. Perfect.
I moved him because I was in the way, I thought.
Yeah, that's fine. So Ivar kind of wakes up and he realizes that he kind of the ravens fly away and he thinks of Odin, smiles. Odin must be smiling on him today. And I walk over here and on the dead Jotun, I sort of clean off the blood off of my Titan blade. And then I kind of keep swinging it as I walk up straight to him. And I said, this will not end well for you. And I will double move. And I will be right up next to him, waiting for whatever comes.
All right. Brun, you're up next, sir.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna hang out near the little red dot. So I'm gonna move up here. Am I in far distance or?
Back off a little bit, and I'd say you're in far distance. But yeah. Yep.
All right, and then I'm gonna shoot him. Oof. I'm gonna take that hero coin I earned, and I'm gonna shoot him.
There it is.
Oh. All right.
Well, that's an even better shot.
Light him up.
All right, so that is weapon damage plus ultimate effort, weapon damage plus ultimate effort, weapon damage plus ultimate. Correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, so first shot.
And this might get a little wonky with his shield, so.
Okay, so the first shot is 14.
So that shatters his shield.
Oh.
Second shot.
Second shot, hold on, I accidentally rolled the d6 twice. Alright, so second shot is going to be 14.
Okay.
13, right? 9 plus 4?
No. There's a 10 and then a 9. So the second shot is 14, the third shot is 13.
Oh, I got you.
I'm following you. I'm following.
Gotcha.
All right. So yeah, his armor still seems to be offering him some protection, but you feel like those rounds you've just punched holes through him, and just this kind of ichorous red-black blood is pouring out of him, and he seems to be coming out of his mouth as his body slumps against the shuttle. He is still standing, however. He says, "I knew that you couldn't trust you."
Jesse gives a shrug.
If I cannot leave this place, I certainly can't let you leave with the sword. And he steps back and he rests the barrel of his rifle against your shuttle's kind of engine compartment and control area. And he leans into it and holds his hands over it, and you can see the Yog crystal start shimmering. And then very rapidly, the crystal seems to double in size and then explode. And you see that he is immediately vaporized. But so is like a big chunk of the front of your ship. And you can see the cockpit of it exposed, and the place where there used to be controls to fly the ship, now there's just open air and just this glittering red electrical current kind of moving through all of it. But the Jotun's body is no more. He seems to have detonated it in some way. And the last Fenris wolf kind of gives a last snarl at Jesse and kind of bounds off down the road. Its head low and its tail kind of like between its legs. And my timer ticks down.
Jesse, can we use that buggy to fix the shuttle with whatever we got from the crates?
Yeah, come over comms. It's possible, but it's going to take a little time.
All right, Martin, you're up, sir. Yeah, when you look up, you see that more of these shuttles are coming down and slamming into the ground. 20 or so feet. Oh, and the water level, by the way, is still rising. Where the blue kind of faints is where the water is kind of getting up to. Yep. So down here, that is where the water is in an absolute sense, when it is splashing up onto the land periodically in like almost like little waves. Yeah. Yep. And it hits the water, and you see it starts sinking down into the depths. Okay.
I mean, the shuttle that my crew came on might still be available since the rest of the crew's been indisposed. Hmm.
Then we need to get a move on, and we need to get a move on 10 minutes ago.
Agreed.
Okay, so I think I heard Markin, your turn was moving down there and pitching the rifle. All right, is there any actions anybody else wants to take, or are you going to try and kind of head out of here and head towards that other shuttle that Jesse came down in?
Well, first things first, I'll get on the shuttle that we've got and turn on the fire extinguisher to get the fire out.
Mm-hmm.
And do we have anti-grav suits in this shuttle?
Anti-gravity suits.
Well, or space suits, basically, is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you've got some vacuum suits.
So we have vacuum suits here. Is this shuttle flyable?
No, there's nothing to control it with anymore. The
Okay,
controls are gone.
There's no control pilot, but there's computers on the back end. I've seen Jesse hack worse. All we need, we don't need a fully intact shuttle. We have our vacuum suits. We get in there. You fly it from you hack this thing, and we fly this up out of the air now back to our ship. I assume we have a warp shell up there is what we're waiting for.
Yeah, you guys have a ship up there. Yep.
Then we can also do is call our warp shuttle or our shell to come get us. They can come into the atmosphere as well.
So your shuttles cannot enter atmosphere. Well, which is to say they can, but the ships aren't meant to do that. The terrible storm that's happening right now is a direct effect of another ship entering atmosphere. So you could do that. You could call your ship down to atmosphere, but it's going to wreak havoc the same way this other ship is doing.
Right. So we got to get out of here, and we don't have time to go find another shuttle. So we got to try to hack this one here first. So get your vacuum suits on, and let's see if we can hack this guy.
How far away is the other one?
We never saw him, so we don't know.
We came in over by the mining base, so it's a little bit of a jog.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, with all the stuff going on,
it's about as far away from the mining base as this one was. So it would take approximately one board to reach the other session. If we're going to be meta for a second. But Jesse, do you have any actions that you want to take right now?
Yeah, with Ivar and his suggestions, I want to at least get on my my device and see if I can't try to salvage this thing. I mean, it's worth a try.
All right, give me a hard int check because this thing is pretty heavily damaged.
Do I get my tool bonus to it or no?
You certainly do. And this is going to be the last round for the night, guys, just so you know.
Oh, can't quite get it.
I have a hero coin.
I do have a hero coin.
So use yours if you want.
Yeah, at the first failed attempt, I slam my wrist down on the console and try again furiously.
There it is.
There it is. So yeah, you patch it and you get the feeling that you can't lift off immediately, but you feel like just a few more moments here and you may be able to get this thing going.
I come over
comms. You're going to be able to get it up.
I come over comms. We can make it, but it's going to be a real uncomfortable ride.
Ivar, what would you like to do?
I'll just go get my vacuum suit on, prepared to take off.
All right. Brun?
Growls into the microphone wordlessly and starts running over to put on her suit.
Okay. And that brings us down to my turn. So as you guys are pulling on your vacuum suits and this water level is rising, and I'm assuming, Markin, you're jumping back on the ship as well? Yep. All right. Markin comes trotting up, and out of the woods over here, you hear a rustling, and you see these strange humanoid shapes, something that you have only heard about in history books and in your school days as a child. These massive serpentine creatures Not as big as the Jotuns that you were facing, but certainly bigger than a man. Certainly longer than a man, with their tails come out of the woods, and they are in what can only be assumed to be some type of full battle dress. And they see you guys working on the ship and respond to you in almost perfect common. Are you the ones killing the Jotuns that have the sword from below?